Hi Nonye, I just saw your response to my post this morning about the lady who I advised to open up her hips and spirit-led leader development. And I was really curious about you and your work and the points that you raised. And the story came to mind. It happened years and years and years ago. Very, very early, even before I was coaching. I was a midwife, and I was leading in midwifery a team of I was leading a movement for teenage pregnancy. I was working with vulnerable families. I was coordinating really powerful services for young girls in pregnancy. And I caught the attention of a really powerful consultant, sexual health consultant, who became friends. We became friends. And we became so much friends that we'd meet often, and she would invite me back to her home. She had a very prestigious address in right bang smack on Regent Street in London. It was very grand. She was, she's quite wealthy, and I wasn't at the time. I lived humbly at the time, and after a while, I realised that, my God, she invites me to her home regularly for food. I would really love for her to come back to mine, but my sofa, I had this kind of futon sofa that I was sleeping on and sitting on in the day, and it just wasn't very grand, right? It was clean, and it was home for me, but it wasn't anything near the scale that this woman lived in. And so one day I said to her, it was really bothering me, and I said to her, I really appreciate that you invite me to your home for food, and I would love to invite you back to mine, but the trouble is, I explained to her that I live humbly, and that, I've got this sofa that isn't the most comfortable. It's actually a futon, and it's not, all of that stuff. And she said something to me that really, really touched my heart and blessed me and changed me, actually. She said, why don't you just let me figure it out? Why don't you just let me handle it? Why don't you just let me find my way to cope with your situation, to cope with your sofa? Why have you got to organize me and fix me? And why have you got to figure out how I would manage? Why don't you just leave the managing to me? And that really touched me, and I was remembering it again for the first time. I haven't thought about that for a very long time, but I was thinking about it as I read your post. You see, if you have these spiritual beliefs, if you have a message that's rooted in your spiritual worldview or your belief system, you don't have to figure out how people will take it. You don't have to engineer making yourself palatable for them, or making yourself fit their philosophy, or trying to fit yourself into the box that they will find acceptable. No. And I know the tendency, the call, the feel that you should be doing that is so real. I've been subject to it myself. But what I've learned is that you're the niche, that you're the brand, and your job is to shine bright and attract who will come. Like, not everybody's going to come. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. You're not going to, what you've got to say isn't going to be exciting or compelling to everyone, but it will be right for your people. My coach says that you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong people. So you know what? You best just be you. Be you and see who comes. I'm encouraging you, I'm cheering you on. Hope this story helped, and yeah, I'm watching to see how things unfold for you.